Welcome strategy battle gamers to another Great British Hobbit League battle report. Today we have got Jamie versus Steve. And we're actually going to be doing something a bit different today. We're going to be doing 350 points, okay, of Lord of the Rings strategy battle game. Okay, so what are you going to be bringing with you, Jamie?
I'm going to try out my Woodelves. I want to prove that they aren't pushover out.
Fantastic. And Steve, what are you bringing?
I'm going to be playing with Gondor to prove that his Woodelves aren't pushover out.
Okay guys, so let's get ready to rumble!
Okay, so we're on priority. I'm green and Steve's black. Steve, you're going first, mate.
Deployment of Faramir and the captain. Faramir is the red dice.
So double twos.
So with Steve rolling 2 2s for his warbands, I then had the choice of placing them at any point on the north or south board edges at least 6 inches away from a corner. And I placed his cavalry on my extreme left and his infantry on my extreme right. With the benefit of hindsight, I should probably have split them, one on north, one on south on the far corners of the board, which is, spoilers here, what he did to me, as it would have evened out the game a little bit. As it happens, they both came on the same board edge and were able to meet up due to his cavalry's greater movement. But that's, you know, that's the benefit of hindsight, unfortunately.
Both my warbands now. I'm going to have Rumil's warband as blue and the Gladwin captain's as green. So I get to pick Rumil's on the north or east, and you're going to pick Steve. You're picking this warband on the north or south.
Okay.
So here I got to set Rumil up on any point on the east or west board edges, at least 6 inches from a corner, and I decided to do it right next to the infantry warband. Again, with hindsight, I should have set up next to Faramir and his knights because there was so much less of them. And also, there was something I was considering at the time, and that's burning all the might on the Gladwin captain. So he didn't have to set up here. He would have been able to set up on the north or south board edges, and also would have come on right next to the infantry warband. And it would have been my 500 points, my 350 points versus half that force. So I'm a little bit annoyed. I wasn't playing at my best, but I was playing against Steve. He's a new player, and you know, that's no reason not to. But it's always good to play friendly.
Phase, I'm going to use my 5 bowmen to fire at Jamie's front line of elves. And here we go.
So we got
6s.
2 hits, and then 5s to kill them.
5s.
Pew pew! 2 hits,
Nice.
2 wounds.
So after losing 2 of my guys to the shooting, I returned fire. I was shooting through the ranks. I hit the first rank, but I failed to wound, unfortunately.
Yep. So for the second turn of priority, let's go. Part 6, so I'm going to get priority there. Point of might with my Gladwin captain over on this side here. I'm going to call it Heroic March so I can try and get into the fray a little bit quicker. My sentinel's about to charge in, but before he charges in, he's going to sing a song on this guy, so we can take the courage test again.
Yep.
Which he fails, so it means I get to move him. I'm just going to get him out of the way.
So my plan here where I'm charging in is to use my high number of attacks and higher fight value to simply whittle their numbers down, hopefully take out the captain and wipe out that warband. So in Steve's movement phase, he simply brings some numbers to bear. In the infantry fight, he moves some supports around, and on the far side of the board, he moves his cavalry closer to my general's warband. But you know, this is Rumil. He's got a few tricks up his sleeve, re-rolling them 6s.
So we're starting the combat phase for turn 2. We've got just the combat's going on here. We're going to start with the regular guys, so 2 Woodelves versus your 2. So you guys win, forced to kill. That's where it's going wrong already. I meant to win combats. Oh, he lived! Hooray!
Terrible. Shocking. It's reminiscent of your rolls the other day, Steve.
Okay, so now we move on to my general, Rumil. He gets his 2 dice, which are green, and the other 4 dice for mine. 3 dice, sorry.
It's my 2, yeah?
It's your 2, yeah.
Oh.
So he wins it. So Rumil's going to kill you on 5s. Which he does. So move backs up. That's 1 down kill. Okay, next again is 2 on 2. So my 2. 5 for me there.
I'm throwing these dice away.
Yeah, that's like 1 in what, 600 chance. Do a 1 in a row. So my 2 to earned, needing 6s. Oh, and there it is, a 6. The elves.
Okay.
And then it's my sentinel against your captain. And my sentinel's got a sword, so he's going to faint, which means I get to re-roll 1s. I got my support, which gives me the fight 5.
Standard Warriors captain is red.
Anything, just a 6. Okay, need to get a 6. Come on! Oh! There it is. You're missing it on the shot, you idiot. Look at the 5s!
I just saw green dice and thought, that must be elves.
Okay, so I might as well strike the captain because it's 6s all round. So the green ones are re-rolling 1s. Oops, well, I got 1 there. So no wounds, nothing happens. Priority, and the Wood Elves once again have got priority.
So I won priority again, and I offered Stephen if he wanted to call any heroics. He was thinking about calling a heroic move with his knights, but decided that he wouldn't be able to get in range with enough of them, so decided not to. I pushed my guys forward a little bit as I realised I'd be out of range to shoot, and then, thanks Steve, get out of the way, I just re-engaged with the elves that I could to try and bring my numbers to bear after the successful-ish combat turn previously. I was able to use the enchanting song with my sentinel to push his captain into the corner and be out of the combat this turn, and Steve moved his knights forward to get them in range for the charge next turn. So on to combat in turn 3, and something I noticed mid-game, but I didn't want to bring it up with Steve because I didn't want to question his list too much, was that his warriors who shot me earlier with the bows also had spears, which is fine, but they also had shields, which we played as increasing their defense to defense 6. Now really, if you're carrying a bow and a shield, you shouldn't get the shield defense increase, so it should have been defense 5, and I should have been killing them on 5s, which would have changed the game, I think, just a little bit, because I would have targeted them a bit more with my regular guys, and would have been killing them on 5s rather than 6s. Needless to say that it's been and gone now, so I can't do anything to change the outcome of this game, but it's something to keep in mind for the next game. Here we traded 2 elves for 2 Gondorian spearmen, which was annoying because my elves are worth a bit more than the spearmen are. Actually, I don't think they are when they've got a bow, spear and shield. But either way, it was annoying that my higher fight value didn't pay off a little bit more in this fight. So, on to the next turn. Yes.
Okay, so priority, and this time Gondor gets it.
Yeah.
So this turn I lost priority and decided to call a heroic move with Rumil, so I could get my troops to, pick their fights, get to move them out of the way of those knights' charge range for at least 1 more turn, and hopefully do a bit more damage before they arrive.
You could tank the captain. You judge him there. He's going to sing a song again, but this time on range. We go into combat. Still sure. Let's do it on this guy. Okay. So I'm going to get your courage test for him. Courage 3. He passes. Never mind. Then just there. Where's Faramir?
second on the back.
Okay. Well, that's my heroic then.
Okay.
So Steve here moved his knights up just to get them in charge range, definitely for next turn, and he would bring his weight of numbers to bear in the following turn. He also moved his supports up just a little bit to re-weight some of the fights in his favour. Meanwhile, I just moved my archers up here just to run into the centre because I was out of range of his horses. So, with this being the last turn before the knights get to charge in, I was hoping to do some real damage, but unfortunately I believe I only managed to kill 2 and did lose quite a few fights. I think I lost a couple of guys as well, and I might have even had to burn a point of might with Rumil, because I don't think we got the dice rolls for this one, but Steve rolled 2 sets of double 6s versus Rumil, and I just weeped a little since his rule had been so massively negated. Obviously fate wanted the Gondor to have the advantage in that fight. So for turn 5, the crucial turn where the knights were going to charge in, Gondor won priority. And with me having only 1 point of might left in that area, I decided not to call a heroic move, as I may need that might point to keep my general alive in a fight that was obviously going to happen. Now the knights obviously charged in, and he was able to pick his fights very carefully. I think Faramir got in against Rumil, though I did offer Steve to call the heroic strike, but I think he didn't kind of catch what I was trying to hint at for him.
Okay. Any heroics at the start of the phase? I've got none.
No, I'm quite happy with how it is.
Okay. So, starting with the Sentinel.
Yeah.
So, my 2, I shall strike normally against your 1. Come on, Sentinel! Yeah! 5 with a higher fight. And kill him for his rudeness.
Okay. We'll do Rumil.
Rumil?
Yeah.
Okay.
Faramir and just standard and the charged.
Yeah, I'm going to shield.
Faramir fight 6.
Fight 5.
He's fight 5.
Faramir's black dice.
Okay. So I'm going to shield. Oh, I should have thought. I win on the high. Faramir's black dice, you say?
Yeah.
Okay. Currently I'm winning. High fight.
Okay. I'll change 1.
Yep. 5.
2 or 5.
I'll use a point of might as well and push it mine up to a 5. Mightless now, yeah? I've got no might left.
I'll change it to a 6.
So I use 2 points of might, yeah, that's fine. That was about as good as you're going to do, Rumil.
Okay.
Get my dice out of there.
So what is it to strike a wound?
Has he got a lance or anything?
Is he knocked down?
He's knocked down.
Faramir is lance. Yeah, lance.
So Faramir's wounding him on 4s. So you want to do Faramir's 8 dice. That's sorry.
He's got 3 attacks plus 1.
3 attacks, 1.
So
No, he's got 2 attacks.
2
plus 1.
attacks.
Yeah, so he's got 6 strikes.
Like a son of ale.
Yeah. So 4s. You cause 3. Yeah, he's dead. Bye, Rumil. Shit,
Okay.
So next fight.
There's a 1-on-1 there, is it?
No, it's 2-on-1, so you're at the back next to the sentinel. Yeah.
Yep, I'll parry. So shielding. Yeah, 3. You win. Forced to wound. Your 2 knights against my 1 here.
Yeah,
you get charged, so you got 4 strikes. I'll parry. You win. With lances, it's 3s to wound. 8 strikes.
Oh, 8 strikes.
Well, yeah, you've killed him anyway. I assume if I lose a fight, an elf's dead. Your 1 that you charged in there against my 1. I'll parry again. A 2. 4. You win. 4 strikes, 3s to kill with your lance.
6.
He's dead. Then the captain and 2 friends on my last, on my 1 there. He's going to parry.
Captain the red.
Some of these out of the way. 6.
3.
Also, we're considering changing for 25.
Have you just took him?
Yeah, just taking. There's 4s to kill.
If you go from unbroken to 25% in turn,
So after a highly successful turn of combat where my general died and everyone but the sentinel died, Steve's cavalry abandoned the fight and go towards the objective in the centre, leaving his troops to mop up that one sentinel, which I do something quite underhanded with to try and break myself a little bit quicker. I was kind of hoping that I'd break here, the turn would end on the first go and I might just grab it from the models on the objective.
Finally get to do some shooting. I've got my 6 shots here. I'm going to shoot into the knights. So 3's to hit because they've not moved. So 2 miss. Then what do they hit? So 4's the men, 1 to 3's the horses. So all on the men. God damn it. You didn't really want that, did you? 4 6s! Nothing. Never mind. God damn. Okay. The brave little sentinel.
Red to the captain.
Okay, he's gonna faint. I go down to fight value 2, so you win.
What is it to wound?
4s.
How many wounds is it?
Just the 1. Okay. Then priority.
So during this turn here, I used my sentinel to try and bring one of these knights forwards, but unfortunately Steve, as he did with all of these most of the time, passed his courage test, and I was hoping to charge in 1 elf to the knight so that I would break, and then at the end of the turn we'd see if I was the game would end, and I might have won it this turn. Unfortunately he passed his courage test and charged ahead anyway. He did charge some people into the elf, but the game doesn't end. Spoilers there, sorry.
Not moved, hitting on 3s. Oh, good. Oh, there's still 6s from last time.
Don't get them again.
So, you can get them now.
Low numbers to hit the horses, please.
High numbers.
So 2 on horses. Oops. So the 2 horses, 5s. Nope. God damn it. And 6s on the men.
A face that summarises your shooting.
As well, they'll get an extra.
Yes, so it's your 4 versus my 1, so. Whoop! I got 3. You in?
Where's it gone?
Want me to throw it?
Yeah, just roll it. Yeah, roll it. 3s. Yep, we're dead. Cool.
I don't want him to start rolling 6s when he's playing me.
So at the start of this turn I am now broken, and what this means is at the end of the turn we will roll a dice. On a 1 or 2 the game will end. So with this in mind, Steve charges his cavalry in to get as many kills on me as possible and to get his own men within 6 inches of the central objective. Now, sorry for the camera here, I'm zooming in to try and get a bit more action on the actual central bit, and I have a bit of unfortunate luck with my sentinel. Apologies for the language.
What fight value is your captain then? 6. You say Faramir was 5?
Yeah. He'll sing a song on this banner.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, the Woodelves Sentinel's going to cast his song again on this banner bearer, so courage 3.
Passes it again.
Fuck's sake.
Ain't language, Jamie. Kids watching this. Come on.
Sentinel will just stand there.
Turn it into suicidal Mars bar.
Right, so.
Knight versus that spearman, yeah.
Yep, he's going to parry. I'm going to change my dice to my big dice. Come on, old friends. Don't fail me. Parrying. It's been such a shit dice game.
So do I double up because I've got a lance now as well?
You charged, you knocked me down, so yes, you're on 3s to kill with 4 dice.
Oh! That was close. Nearly having to bring him back then, Jamie.
Yeah, he's going to come back from the dead. Okay, next one. It's just, again, it's my 1.
Nice.
But not got a spear. So. Come on!
No.
I think it's all over. 4 dice, Stephen 3s.
Yeah, very dead.
Again, you're 1 on my 1. You're 2, you charged. 1,
3s.
3.
We're gonna get James good dice though.
5.
Next.
Maybe for that, yeah.
1 on 2 yours.
Come on, what else? Oh.
How would you describe your dice rolling at the moment,
Shit!
Edit! Cut! Cut!
3s.
Nice. Are you gonna do anything?
Yeah,
When you should have called it at the start.
Start the turn. Yeah. If you want to strike, it's fine. I think I'm beyond any chance of this.
We'll play it if I didn't call it. So I have to do it at the beginning. I have to say at the beginning.
At the beginning of the fight.
But that is what you would
That's
do
what I was
now,
asking.
probably.
Right. Okay.
At the beginning,
Right.
yeah.
No, we'll play it as is.
Okay.
It's very noble of you.
It is.
Don't be careful. We're logging into a false sense of security.
And do what?
No, I don't think you can win now, can you? Well, you probably can. You can if you kill him.
Some very crazy outcomes, maybe, yeah. Okay, so your 4 dice, your 3 dice, my 5 dice.
It's only 2, isn't it?
Yeah, he's 2, 3 on the charge.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So my white dice are my general, my captains. Oh,
5.
is your banner in range? 3 inches. Okay, let's go team. Team Woodelves. Striking Faramir.
He's
got shield.
defense. He's got shield and armor. Yeah.
Okay, so
Defense
defense
7.
Defense 7. So 6 all around.
Not even one.
Fuck this game.
Killed the horse.
There will be a voiceover over this with the language
No,
that is
there
coming out.
won't this is the character you always wanted. To receive the game ends, your priority roll a 1 or a 2 and you've smashed me. 4. Hooray!
The game continues.
Just in time for these guys to turn up.
So at this point in the game, I'm sort of really just prolonging the inevitable, but what I do is I pass my courage test with the captain, who passes for everyone else around him through his standfast, and really I'm just trying to kill off as many of these guys as possible. At the moment, my general's dead, I'm broken, so Steve has 6 VPs, plus outnumbering me massively.
Okay, so Sentinel. Yes, you're 1, so I charged you here.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
5. Hit the man. Oh, no. The captain. My captain.
Against 2, yeah.
Yep. 6.
Ooh.
So he wins it. 5 to kill the man. Fuck's sake. My 2 on your 1. Then you start to charge it on this end.
Yeah.
2. You win.
Kill.
It's got to be on the other end of the scale. Like.
Forced to kill, yep.
It's only 1 dice, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, is it? What about the lance? Is that nothing now?
Yeah, it only counts
It's
when
on
you
a charge.
charge.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
He lived. Hooray! So Faramir's 2 and the guy who charged in is 2. He's a banner, so he's got -1.
Faramir charged. Did Faramir charge?
No,
I
he
charged Faramir.
You've charged Faramir, so
But
I've
your
got.
banner's charged in, so
Right, so I've got 2.
banner's at -1 to fight. For that
Which one's
holding
the banner?
Banner's black.
Banner's black. Okay.
6 on Faramir.
So drone fight. Oh no, you win. Sorry. Yeah. I'm knocked down, so you got 4 strikes from both of them. 3s from the guy in black. 4s from Faramir. Yeah.
Charge.
I'll just fight it. Why not? Oh, hit the man.
Oh!
Yes. 6 years. What was that noise?
The game continues.
Still. It was always meant to be.
So yes, these foot models had now arrived, and this spelt the end for me because there's so many of them I was never ever going to outnumber them. So he simply just mops up the rest of my guys, and I think we'll see that in this fight phase.
The L's are the left. What's that? Straight to combat. Yeah, straight to combat. Let's get this back on. Start again at the right. So go to your 5.
another one.
Kill him.
Fours? Yeah. The captain?
I charge.
Mine.
So what am I? 4?
You've got your 4 versus my 2. Knock me down. In defence 5, so you're wounding me on 4s. You got 8 strikes.
Yeah, he's dead.
3 wounds, did it? 1 fate and 2 wounds.
Ouch.
This one wood elf versus your 1. So you're 2 charge. Get 5. You got a banner.
So reroll.
Reroll one of them.
1.
No. Hit the man. Oh, the black is yours. It's more black. That 2. But you're 4 on my 1 there.
This one you're doing now.
Oh, no,
This one, yeah.
6. I win. Hit the man. Ah.
And it's going to be.
Does the game end?
No, we still got this.
Faramir.
Oh, look, Faramir.
So we got
Whoa, yeah, Faramir.
2.
So I go.
And Faramir's got 4, yeah?
They're 3 charging.
You're alright. So you don't double, you only get an extra 1.
You get
That's
extra
right.
1, yeah. When you yeah.
Now you double.
Now you double.
So now I'm
Now you've got 6 strikes against me.
6
Okay.
strikes with Faramir and 4 with.
4 with the
And what am I?
guys. 4 from
Fours.
Faramir, 3 from the other one. Yeah, he's dead. Well then. Does the game end? No. You're literally going to take me off the table.
Prolonging the pain.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this, Steve?
Very well, it's the first game I've won.
It's not actually. There was a game when we were playing late, but you had to go and I finished it off and we won. 8 hours later.
Wow.
I just had to go around the board about 10 times with the Rohan, running away from hobbits. But we won.
No priority. There we go. Yeah, I get it. Courage tests. Yourself? You stayed actually.
You're of evil somewhere.
This
Courage
guy's
5, yeah?
Yeah, he's gone. Come on, elf! Into Faramir.
Okay.
Do you want to just swarm me?
Yeah. He's going to change. He's going to change. He's going to change. He's going to change. He's back up. He's going to go around.
Just look at the objective.
So
Come
you charge Faramir.
Yeah.
So I've only got.
You've,
2.
you've only got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. You've only got 11 strikes. I've got my 1.
Only how many?
Only 11.
11 versus 1. You get a 6 though.
I get 6 and we can draw the fight value. Because Faramir's fight
Have you got 1 point of might left?
Faramir, yes.
Alright, strike it.
Does that put the fight value up?
Yeah,
Roll
D6.
for it, yeah.
Yeah. You might as well. It's
Yeah,
not
I'll
might
do
as
it.
well,
I'll do
slash.
that, yeah.
So you're gonna.
Heroic strike.
Do you want to see what your fight value goes up to? Roll 1 dice.
1 dice.
So you fight. Oh, damn.
7.
Fight 7. It's alright, I've got a point in might though now. Come on, team. The captain's got a point in might though as well. Ah! I got a 4. Yeah, you unfortunately win.
I might need 2 hands with these dice now.
Yeah,
So you
maybe
got-
roll them 1 at a time.
Just roll this guy. You've got 4 strikes, needing 3s to kill. Oh look, I'm dead. Right, I'm gonna take off the table. You've got
Lovely.
let's-
complete victory.
Well played, man. Thank you very much.
Right, welcome Strategy Battle Gamers to a post-battle bat rep breakdown. I said it! Yeah! Yeah, so, well done Steve, you won the game.
Thank you very much.
Smash me, took my elves off the table. The elves have now left Middle-earth, as Charles wanted me to say. Things that happened in the game that were an issue for me were obviously my deployments. I had the 2 warbands on the opposite sides of the table, which meant I was pretty much outnumbered from the off. I tried to do the same to you, but you got your knights and their manoeuvrability got into the game much quicker than I was ever going to get back into them.
Yeah.
Who would you say your man of the match was?
I think it was Faramir, but mainly the knights as a whole,
Yes, yeah.
because they were able to get into the fight quicker. And as James pointed out, I had 100% of my army fighting 50% of yours, while the other 50% was on the other side of the board. So yeah, I mean, the knights, I think, won it for me. Really.
Knights are my man of the match as well. They rolled through me so quickly. It was just never even had a chance. My shooting was completely ineffective against them. 12 dice. I think I got 10 hits, but nothing came of it. Not even a horse fell under them. Things that I've done differently, and what I was considering from the start was spending 2 might points with my captain to get him to come on next to Rumil, so it would have been 100 versus 50 for the first 2 turns before the knights arrived, which, in retrospect, I should have done, probably.
Yeah, I agree.
Nice.
The rolling wasn't great on both sides.
No, at the beginning of the turn, I think beginning of the game, it was much favoured towards me, and then towards the end, when it really mattered, my dice just left me, I think.
Yeah.
I was averaging about a 4 on 2 dice each time, which was pretty horrific when you guys die on 4+.
I think with the cavalry and charging as well, that helped me.
Yeah,
because the dice one wasn't great, but a double up on my dice.
Double your dice. You only need a 3 to kill when you got a lance against a wood elf, so they just fall. They're the quickest to fall, I think, in the game.
Yeah.
Besides hobbits.
Enjoyable though.
Yeah, it was good. It was fun. And it's good to see another player on the podcast.
Yeah.
So I think we're done there.
Looking forward to doing it again. Thank you very much.